He looks like your family's accountant, but he hangs out with rock stars. He wears glasses, yet he sees the future of the Nebraska basketball program very clearly. I sat down with the stand-up comedian who poses as the head coach for the Huskers. Tim Miles, like you've never seen him before. It's a story you'll only find on 3. As a young boy in the small town of Dolan, South Dakota, population 188, Tim Miles scribed a note that would help guide a team he coached at the time, a group of 10-year-olds called the Super Jocks.
You know, get open, get the rebounds, and then another one was get a big lead and keep scoring if you can, which I think still all of those things fit pretty well today to basketball.
From a volunteer with the Super Jocks to player at the University of Mary, Miles knew coaching would ultimately be his calling.
You know, you end up sitting on the end of the bench, second guessing the guy on the front of the bench. So instead of wearing a uniform, I just got in street clothes. In my senior year, I was a student coach right next to him.
Student assistant is long in the past. Tim is now the only active NCAA coach to lead teams to the postseason in Division I, II, and NAIA.
You reap what you sow. You surround yourself with talented assistants. You need a strong administration that's going to support you through good times and bad.
And it was those good times that led him to Nebraska, where rebuilding would be a challenge. The program hadn't reached the NCAA tournament in 15 seasons. It was not competitive, barely a blip on the college basketball radar.
You know, so who's the only schmo in the group, right? But we've been there before, so we'll just see what we can come up with.
Has anyone ever said that you look like Stephen Colbert?
They have not, he does, or does he do this one? I forget which one he does. Can we take a question from this side of the room? Is that possible? I'm getting a neck crank over here. It's hard being a Cardinal fan.
Can I just have one?
No, it's hard. You know, here's what's hard being a Cardinal fan, is that we're like in the World Series every year. I promise you this, I'm 1/10 as smart as Stephen Colbert.
Filled to the brim with one-liners and youthful exuberance for the game, Tim Miles injected life into a program once 6 feet under.
Like I said, we can lose games, but I'm not going to lose my sense of humor. But I love winning, and I love putting together a team that can be highly successful, that looks like they compete well.
And compete right away the Huskers did. With one returning starter and one of the toughest schedules in the country, Miles improved Nebraska's win total by 3 and even won a game in the Big Ten tournament.
What are the expectations in year 2? What's a realistic goal for you?
Well, I have a standard. It's not a goal, it's a standard. Every year I feel like I owe it to my team that we make the NCAA tournament and win when we get there. I want to be in the postseason of some form always.
That drought could end very soon. Miles is armed with state-of-the-art facilities and the Big Ten, both highly attractive to top recruits.
What is it about Nebraska that you think you can be successful here?
Well, I believe that, first of all, it's been done before. Danny Nee did it. Joe Cipriano had really good teams. You go back, it has been done before.
Tim Miles is a proven winner. He just tallied his 300th career victory, a number he knows will continue to grow with the Huskers.
You know, you go to Rotary Club and they say Tim Miles has a record of this many wins and this many losses. You know, I don't know if they do that with sports reporters. He had 10 great stories this week and 4 crummy stories this week. You know, I don't know, but we live it down, and only one guy. The players don't get the losses, just me. So I want to win quicker.
And I know you guys have been keeping track of my awesome stories, but
right.
it's about somewhere between 9 and 10 just this week.
So
he's got one-liners too, not the typical coach
good.
there.
Yeah, he's an awesome coach, a breath of fresh air down there in Lincoln, replacing Doc Sadler. I don't know if they make the NCAA tournament this year like he says he wants to do, but it's definitely coming. It's coming back to Lincoln. That program is headed in the right direction.
And that's going to be good for the players, that good sense of humor.
How can it not?
Keep them
I would want to
motivated.
play for that guy. He's awesome.